Welcome to the Quick Fix installment number 8. This is your bite-sized podcast from Creative Writing and me, Kirsten Oliphant. You're going to get news, info, and resources for writers, bloggers, and creatives who want to build an online platform SMARM-free.
These restless thoughts have kept me up again tonight. One by one the stars are disappearing from the horizon. I can't close my eyes.
Hello and welcome to the 8th installment of the Quick Fix. This is 8 weeks, you guys, that I've been doing this audio podcast that goes with my Friday newsletter, The Quick Fix. And I love it. I really do. It's so much fun to show up here and kind of feel a little bit more, I don't know, just off the cuff, a little bit less formal than the Monday podcast where I'm sharing a lot. And actually this week, I really stripped a lot of stuff down. It was a very brave episode for me because I was kind of scared to share how my launch did not go as planned. And I've gotten some really great feedback from that and love that it's been encouraging to you guys, and actually got some really good feedback from Meredith. Shout out to you on things that she saw and kind of what held her back from buying the course, which was super, super helpful. So it's really great to learn from the things that aren't working. So that's what I shared in episode 91. But back to this Quick Fix, I really enjoy showing up here and feeling like I am just kind of stripping everything away and talking to you guys, sharing the stuff that I have been reading and learning. First of all, though, I want to start something new, and I think I'm going to be doing this in the Monday episodes and the Quick Fix, and that is to highlight my reviewers. Now, I'm going to be doing a contest, and it's going to go, up until episode 100. That's what we'll do, episode 100. And what we're going to do is this. I want you, if you have left a review, to email me a screenshot of said review. Or you can put the screenshot on Twitter and tag me at KikiMojo. Either way, I want to make sure I see it. And I'm going to use a random.org drawing to give you guys a prize. And that prize is going to be a big package of all of the stuff I have created. The books, the courses, everything. You get it. So to kick that off, what I'm going to start doing is I had this idea, and it was to highlight my reviewers. And I want to do it in a special way. That was humorous. And I'm kind of giggling because I don't know how this is going to go over with you guys. So here we go. We are highlighting reviewers. Let's go.
Sleeping Soundly says, "This is my first podcast to listen to, and I found it helpful and informative, as well as validating for my creative bent. I've been inspired by Kirsten and others to continue making art in my own unique ways for the sheer joy of it. Looking forward to what is ahead." Mary G says, "I'm really enjoying Kirsten's podcast and her interview style. She interacts with each guest, bringing out the best in the guest and sharing her thoughts as well."
Okay, so this is a little bit ridiculous, but this was my idea, is to hire someone from Australia to read the reviews in a not normal tone of voice or emotion. And he also didn't know how to pronounce my name. So yes, in Australia, apparently they say Kirsten. Hi, I'm Kirsten. It rhymes with Bierston. Easy to remember. Beer, Kier. So he'll fix that the next time, but not after he had done like 25 of these. So we're going to just pretend like I'm not Kirsten for a while. Yeah. But anyway, if you want to hear your review read by an Australian and any number of random emotional forms, then leave a review, you guys, and be entered in the contest. Make sure you email or tweet me. Okay, so on to the links. So many good things. It's too many good things. I feel like I should only give you one each week because I don't know how you can possibly handle the goodness that's coming your way right now. So the first is The Art of Storytelling. Now, I don't remember where I even discovered this, but the cool thing is this. Pixar actually has created this cool free course And it's through Khan Academy, Khan Academy. And again, the links for this are in the quick fix. You can just go to creativewriting.com/quick fix to sign up. You can find the archives if the email has already gone out while you're listening to this. But this is a storytelling free course from Pixar. And I've done the first couple of videos. They're highly produced. It's from Pixar. They're creative. They're fun, easy to watch, not super long, all about storytelling. And I think that is such an important thing, no matter whether you are writing books, whether you're writing blog posts, whether you are YouTubing, whatever it is you are doing, this storytelling is just foundational. And we're going to circle back to that with another link later on, but it's a really great series and it's totally free. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Linking to that in there, but it's The Art of Storytelling from Pixar in a Box at the Khan Academy. That's link number 1. Link number 2 is another podcast episode from Young House Love, and it's their episode number 38, How the Internet Changed and How Our Lives Changed with It. Now, this was another episode. I linked to one of theirs back in the fall where they spoke at Haven Conference, and they shared that in their podcast episode. And this was a keynote talk from the Altitude Summit. And I really loved the way that they described blogging as how it changed over the years. And one of the big things that kind of stuck out to me was they've got a really funny emoji diagram of this, but back in the day, and this is when I started as well, blogging was like the thing. Everything passed through the blog. Like people went to the blog and then they would go somewhere else, but the blog was the main thing. There had to be a post for everything. And now their little diagram has all these like little random fruit emojis instead of just a tree. There are all these different places that are kind of considered content in and of themselves. Like there are people who are Instagrammers and they have no blog and they're making money. It's their livelihood. Same thing with YouTube. There are YouTubers who have a YouTube channel and no blog, whereas the blog used to be the thing. And while I think it's really important to at least have a site that is sort of like a hub where people can find all those other things, people don't all go to your blog. They may only go to your Instagram. They may only follow you on Snapchat. And so it's a really interesting change. And one of the other things I thought was really important that they pointed out, and I know I saw this shift in myself, is that back in the day, bloggers were just personal and approachable. And then on the other side of the spectrum, there were magazines and kind of professional sites, and they were professional and highly produced. But bloggers and influencers, we have this sort of advantage where now so many of us have a professional looking site. We're better at photography. We know about stock photography. We make beautiful images. We hire designers. Blogs just don't look the way they did back in the day when I started 10 years ago. Totally different thing. But sometimes along the way, I think bloggers lose and ditch that sort of approachable personal thing where celebrities have really embraced that, and that has worked for them, where celebrities are using things like Instagram and Snapchat to be really personal. Bloggers, it's like we moved to professional and somehow lost, not always, this isn't their point either. This is me talking about their point in my own way. So this is my filter on it. But I feel like a lot of bloggers, we moved too far to the professional side and lost that approachability. And that's something I saw in my own site, that instead of, I used to write every day, multiple times a day, about just kind of what was going on, and people read that. And then I moved to a more professional site, and now I almost always produce evergreen content. I don't talk about what's going on in my life. I do that on Facebook, or I do that on Twitter, sometimes Instagram, but mostly the blog is for evergreen content, which means that it doesn't go out of style. Like you could look at those posts a year from now and they would still be relevant, which is to say that mostly they are general advice. They are recipes. I've got tips and tricks and things like that, what to pack in your hospital bag when you're having a baby, stuff like that, where you could read it at any time of year, any year, and it would be relevant. And I think while that's great, I don't know. I think maybe this will resonate with you, but you can think about whether or not you've lost some of that personal. And I'm kind of okay with it on the blog because I am personal in many other places, like hello, right here. Although I'm not talking about parenting stuff, but I do feel like there's something so important about the personal. And in this talk on the podcast episode, John and Sherry talked about how the magazines now are being really personal and bloggers have shifted to be more professional. And I think, what I took away from it is I want to make sure that I have the right balance, that I am using the sort of specialty that we have as bloggers where we know how to be personal. and adding that, whatever the professionalism looks like to us, but still being vulnerable in a way that we connect with our audience. So anyway, it was a really, really great episode, and I would highly recommend it. Obviously, I'm putting it in here in the quick fix for you to go listen to. And update on this, some of you may have seen the announcement, but I did actually get them, John and Sherry, to agree to come on the podcast. So we are circling back because both of us had crazy springs. I'm recording all these sessions for the Profitable Blogging Summit, and they had a whole bunch of stuff come up. So later in the spring / early summer, I'm connecting back with them, and they're coming on the podcast, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, so those are my two big main links, and I think that's really sufficient because goodness knows, like, I don't know how you're going to do the Pixar course and listen to this podcast. And okay, then you're going to get some more links. So those are my big main reads, but I have a couple free downloads for you guys. And just full disclosure, because disclosure matters, I'm an affiliate for the next two links for a copywriting book that I'm sharing and then another book. So what that means is these are free resources, but at some point down the line, if you happen to purchase through their different launches that are coming their way, there's a cookie being stored when you go download these through my links. So no extra cost to you. If you do buy something, I will get a commission for it. So I'm just putting that out there. Whether or not you buy, that's up to you, but the resources stand, which is why I'm sharing them. Not just to make money. I like free stuff. So the first one is for Ray Edwards. And this is a $2 billion sales letter ebook. And then there's a course. And I love the way, now I'm not going to be able to find it. I had it open and I closed it. He has a free copywriting like mini email course that's attached to it. Let me see if I can find it here. Because I had it open and then I closed it, of course. Oh, here it is. Selling Without Sleazing Copywriting Mini Course. So obviously you guys know I have to share that with you. Selling Without Sleazing. I guess my version would be Selling Without Smarming, but sleazing sounds a little bit better and sleazier. So anyway, he's got a little ebook that goes with it. It's pretty short, a good read. You could sit down. I read it in like less than 10 minutes. And it's kind of talking about the history of this one sales letter and how storytelling is really what copywriting is about. So there we're circling back to storytelling like I talked about with Pixar. So you can get your copy of the $2 billion sales letter by going to creativewriting.com/Ray. And again, that's an affiliate link, totally free to get the ebook. But if you end up deciding to buy in on his Copywriting Academy down the road, I will get a commission. No pressure to do that, but I'm just disclosing that I'm an affiliate. The next one is also an affiliate link. And this is to, and I always forget the title of this dang thing. So I'm looking it up now. Man, this is how prepared I am sometimes, you guys. Okay, 7 Secrets to Winning in Self-Publishing in 2017. And this is from Alinka, and she is a friend that I have connected with online and actually am part of her upcoming 5-figure author challenge. 5-figure author challenge. It was just kind of like a little mini summit that I got to speak at and, do an interview with her, which is really great. So that's coming up. But the first part of the launch for that, and that will be free also, but the first part of the launch for that is this book. And I know so many of you guys are talking about, thinking about, or already have published ebooks and are trying to make more sales and see more good come from that. And so she has basically a very recent, like it's about 2017, ebook that's going to help you get more sales. And she knows what she's talking about. She has sold books, and I really like her because I feel like she shares all these things, but is really genuine. And I can say that because I've actually interviewed with her and talked with her on a couple of occasions. Big fan. And so you can get your free ebook that is going to help you as you are self-publishing a book on Amazon. So the link for that is going to be creativewriting.com/Alinka, and that's ALINKA. So those are 2 freebies for you. And that leaves us with our featured community member. And the featured community member for this week is Sharon Hines from Mrs. Hines Classroom. Now, Sharon and I connected, I think through the Houston bloggers or through Blog Elevated. She is also a local Houston blogger, and I love that about her because I actually get to see her actual face sometimes, which is really fun in this internet world. So you can go to mrshinesclass.com, and her tagline is teaching you to create a home and life that you love. And her site is so positive and so peaceful. And for someone like me who is living with, I sweep every day and it's like piles of dog hair in my hair because I'm going bald after having a baby. and children's stuff and Cheerios and just, I can't even. So I like to go to her site because it brings me a sense of peace that I don't have in my own home right now. But she's got tons of freebies that help you with organization and just feeling good about the home that you live in. So you can go to mrshines.class.com, and that's Mrs. MRSHINES class.com to connect with Sharon. Sharon, I'm glad you are in my community. All right, you guys, those are the links for the week. Again, if you are not signed up for my email, you are going to miss out on actually being able to find some of these things. So go to creativewriting.com/quick fix, and you can have immediate access to the archive so you can get these links and find the Pixar storytelling, listen to the podcast episode from John and Sherry, and get your freebies from A. Edwards and also from Alinka. So I'm really excited that you guys are here. I'm glad to be here. Just as a quick reminder, leave a review, send me a message or tweet me, tag me Kiki Mojo to show a screenshot of your review. And remember, you are going to get a chance. I'm hiring this guy to read all of the reviews that happen. So you will hear his review. Mispronouncing my name, maybe, if he's already done it, or maybe not. And sharing it in some kind of tone of voice. I hope you guys find that as funny as I do. I don't know why this was just that idea that I had. I just needed to hear it. I needed to hear the reviews in a crazy Australian accent. There you go. We're doing it. I appreciate my listeners, and that is a part of me saying that I appreciate you by hiring someone to read your reviews in a weird tone of voice. How else do you say thanks? Thanks, you guys. All right. Peace out. Go read some links, and I hope you have an awesome weekend.